everyone, and welcome back. It is it's like 50 degrees, 49 degrees maybe out. We're just what is the date today? 6 days away from the first day of summer. And it's been cold, it's been cloudy. It's supposed to get some rain, but we never did. But I did get the new switch for the milker here, both of them. So I want to put this in. I just separated Mesa from the calf so she can get a good amount of milk today. Then I need to run an acid wash through this so tonight when we milk we can get back to keeping the milk, because Melissa's birthday was in the last video and I bought her a butter churn. She usually makes butter with her KitchenAid mixer, but it splashes stuff around no matter how careful you are. So anyway, I bought her a 2.5 gallon one that's just for making butter. So she'll be able to collect the cream for a couple of days and get that put in there. So yeah, hopefully this is exactly what I need. It looks a little bit different, but alright, I think that should be hooked up. The wiring anyway. I gotta go out and switch the water from the one tank to the other. I switched that over. So now I will let's see, yeah, 16 minutes. I must have restarted it. I had it at 18 minutes before, but this one's only going to need about 10 or 15. I get time to put this back together. So that's the off. The new switch doesn't fit into this little hole. I've got to drill it a little bit bigger. And I don't have any of my, where's my string here? Cordless drills in here, so I'll just use the drill press. That's off, and I want that to sit like this. So well, now that this is fixed, I can go ahead and do an acid wash on this. Yeah, it works really good now. The other acid stuff I used didn't foam up like this. This stuff is like some major stuff here. Now you're supposed to let it sit for 1 minute, but I usually let it sit for about 5 minutes. Well, I went and dumped that and rinsed it with the hose and dumped it, because we don't dump this in there. We dump it in that back septic system. We don't want it getting on the grass, animals eating it or anything. Everything has been thoroughly acid washed, double rinsed. Everything is taken apart so it can dry. We got the other ring up there. I'm gonna go inside and wash my face, even with everything I had on. The way I reacted that one time to it, it was like that was days of what's going on kind of stuff. So I want to make sure I'm good. Today is Father's Day, and I wanted jambalaya for quite a while, so Melissa's making jambalaya today for lunch. Well, now I'm going to go out to the pasture out there by where they eat their hay and stuff. Or what the heck's going on with the chickens? Anyway, these are little wasps that hatch out, and when the fly puts their larvae into like the manure and stuff, I don't know. Anyway, it kills them off. So this will be the second time I put this in there. They send it about once every month. Today is the day I have to get it put in there again.
Weeks. I can pay you. Are you following the...
That looks really good. Well, we had lunch, and both the jambalaya and the potato salad turned out really good today. Now it's time to... Melissa's washing the cream separator. It got washed before, but now we haven't used it for about a week, so maybe a little more. How is there a cat in that part of the... the door must be open. Anyway, now it's time to milk Mesa, so I'm going to have to go in there and put a lead on her. Melissa's going to try to help me keep the calf away. And I want to milk her out and see how much milk we get, because hopefully we'll get a lot, and she'll get a whole bunch of cream. You can hear him. You can hear that calf is hungry. I washed all the washing rags here, and we looked at her about half hour ago, and she's pretty dirty looking, so it's going to take some wash to get her cleaned up. There you go, see? Not so bad.
cream.
Oh wow, this is actually a 2-gallon.
Oh.
Yeah, she did really hold it back. Okay, we'll need that shovel that's in the garden. I think we should plant them around the trees because we mow around that so we don't hit them. And here we can't mow up on here, you know. But it's up to you.
They need full sun.
Well, they're gonna get the same amount of sun there as here.
Okay.
I mean, they get sun here, but I mean, it's not gonna be full sun. That's more full sun. It's gonna have this, but it's up to you.
We could plant just a few in there,
Okay, that's fine.
and then we can. This tree I think would be good
Okay.
because it gets a lot of sun.
Okay. Not so much this one?
No, but you know what we could plant there is rhubarb.
Yeah.
We just plant it all the way around it.
Yeah, wonder how it would grow.
I bet it would be beautiful.
I'll cut this in, it'll take a couple minutes. Well, what we just did here, Melissa had these bulbs. They weren't really bulbs, they were like little root thingies. I think they were peonies or peony. I don't know what they are. Some kind of mix of flowers that are come up every year. So she wanted to get them planted, and we can't mow right up against that tree because it humps up like that. So we just planted them around there, and like everything else here, we kind of help them out getting going the first year. We'll come in and water. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so it was a perfect time for this. And then it's a fend for yourself type deal. So planted them, I think about 24 or 28 of them. It's still chilly today. I mean, look at it, it's only 58 degrees right now. And then I trimmed around this one, and what I'm gonna do here is in the garden that we originally had for strawberries, which there's still some strawberries in there, but I couldn't keep up with that. And now there's some really nice raspberries in there, or are they black raspberries, or I can't remember what they are, but they're huge. So we have them in there. Which are these right here, and they are absolutely huge, and it's really fun with these because now we have this stock. It won't be long and another one will start shooting up out of the ground, and that'll be next year's. And they've multiplied. I think I only had three that I planted, so we still have the original 3. And then these are ones that have grown after the fact, and as well as this one right here and this one right here. So they've expanded. These over here are, I believe, ones that I took from the hobby farmhouse and brought up here, because these are different than the ones we have on the property already, which this year are pretty much dead. I don't know what's going on. I've talked about it earlier. So these are different, but these are just prized. I mean, they get as big as your thumb. And look at how many of them there are. But anyway, getting to the rhubarb. When I originally got the rhubarb, and you'd have to go back a few years for that, I found a lady that had rhubarb. And when I picked up the rhubarb from her, I don't know how many plants I bought. We just had to dig them up out of the ground. And she gave me some of these. And I wish I could remember where she lived, because it was only about half hour away. I would go back and see if I could get some more of these. They're amazing. But anyway, with the rhubarb, and I might have talked about this in other videos, I have dug all this rhubarb up and planted it in other places on the property. And what happens is you don't get all the roots out and it comes back up. So now what I'm going to do around those other 2 trees that were trimmed around, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut these down the middle with my shovel and take some out and plant them around that tree. The rhubarb does horrible here. I mean, this looks fine. Oh yeah, really nice. We could eat it, pull the stalks and everything, but it gets full sun here pretty much, and it doesn't like that. So anyway, I'm going to take these out, plant them around that tree. I think I'm actually going to bring 1 or 2 of the pieces up to my mom and dad's cabin so they can plant some up there. But as you can see here, this was just a chunk of those rhubarb plants. And if I plant it on, this is the north side of the house, or over on the chicken coop over there, that's the east side of the building, it grows like crazy. And this is actually the red stalked rhubarb. This here is green stalked rhubarb, and this one came from the hobby farmhouse. I pulled it from there, and this one is smaller because the last 2 years I haven't had to do it, but the year before that we had a ton of ice buildup up on here. So I went up there and I put salt up there to melt it, and it comes right out of that valley and right down on this plant and has stunted it. And this one over here too, these are all daylilies. This one over here is also a green one, but this one gets kind of attacked by the birds and stuff, so it stays smaller, and the green doesn't get as big as the red. These right here on the east side of the chicken coop, they were twice that big last year. And the chickens and the turkeys, if you guys remember from last year, mainly the turkeys started it anyway. They ate them down to nothing. This one was looking really nice yesterday, and I came out this morning and some animal has got in there and crunched them right down. Didn't eat them. And I wonder if it was some kind of a predator, because I have this window open just a little bit. I don't want anything to be able to get in there, but I want some cross ventilation going into the open windows in the chicken coop, and it broke a whole bunch of them off. And you can see here, this is our prize raspberry patch that we would get buckets. I've talked about it 2 or 3 videos ago of raspberries, and this year there's nothing. So just a little bit on the edge, which is okay because they finally, they've come out a few times before and inspected the telephone poles or the power poles. And finally got somebody out here looked at it, and you can see that it's totally rotted on top. I don't even know how the power line stays in there. So they're going to be coming out and replacing this one and the one that's kind of in the center area. In fact, this last week they came out and put those stakes on. Those weren't on before, so they must be getting closer. And they're going to crush a whole bunch of this down, getting their truck in here, because they don't put the pole in the same place. They kind of put it next to it. And then they're going to drill the hole. And yeah, so everything's going to get ruined in here. So that's kind of good, I guess, for right now. This one here the same way. I wish I could get up there to show you. When I bring the camera up it gets dark, but it's ridiculous how rotted it is. And here's another rhubarb, another red one, and I had separated, actually that year I didn't separate, I just dug them all up like I said to transplant them, and I had one extra one and I just chunked it in here, and it was just a sickly looking piece. And of course this here is on the east side again, so you're not getting full sun all the time, and it's just, I mean, look at how big this thing is. Big rhubarb stalks. I wanted to show you now because Melissa just said tonight when we were planting those, right now she's in there doing those boxes of peaches that I got last weekend. They're finally to the perfect ripeness right now. And she's in there cutting them up and getting them into bags so we'll freeze them and then they can go into the freeze dryer. But I mean, we've ate a lot of peaches. They're so good today, you wouldn't believe it. But she said, she wants all of the rhubarb. You don't cut it, you go down there and you twist and pull all of the stalks taken out, because they'll grow up again and we'll get another harvest yet this year. But she wants to get all them cut up, frozen for later, made into whatever she's going to do. Make some rhubarb lemonade, and at least then we'll get 2 harvests this year. You better get in the coop, everybody else is already in there. I got to get those doors shut. I'm going to do an upcoming video. We're going to get in the buggy And we're going to drive around and look at the apple trees, the pear trees, the blueberries. I haven't done that for a while. That might be the only thing that video is. I guess I better do it pretty soon because the rhubarb's going to be all gone. All the chores are done. It's about 10 minutes to 9 right now. Good morning, everybody. Got some big thunderstorms coming this afternoon, at least that's what they're saying. And if you look at the radar, 150 miles to the west of us, the line is starting, so we'll see. Brandon, Melissa's son, has been cleaning up the fence line on the other side, not over here. I did this one, he's doing the other one, so I can go in there and do the electric fencing. And he's almost got it around most of it. But every couple of days I'll grab the chainsaw and sharpen it, tighten up the blade, and make sure everything is doing good. I don't know if he's going to be out there today or not, but if he is, at least this will be done. I want to get into the mowing the grass today. For a while before it rains. I want to get at least the front part done, so I'm going to jump on the mower now and see how that goes. It was one of the mornings when there was no dew on the grass, which usually means there's going to be rain. Well, it's almost 4:30 in the afternoon now. I mowed until about 3 o'clock, and I even mowed a path around the whole field and stuff out there because the trees are starting to grow in. I think I'm going to have to hook the mower up to the tractor and mow that down because we have, like I've said, more grass than we have cows, but we're still hoping on that rain. Earlier today it was like a 100% chance of 1.31 inches. Then it dropped down to a ½ inch, just under a half, and it was a ½ inch for a while. Then it said we were 100% chance of 0.04 of an inch, and now it's back up to 100% chance of like 1.5 inches. We're under a tornado watch right now. We're just in the slight category, but maybe we're in the moderate. I don't know, but there's stuff coming. I just watched the early news, and they said it would probably be here about 6 o'clock, the way it looks right now. So hopefully we'll get some rain, because if not, we have to water the garden, and some of the bushes and trees that we have, we need to drive around and water them like we did about a week and a half ago. So we're really hoping for some rain and hoping not for severe weather. Mom's not home from work yet. No, that rooster, he does his job. I never saw the other one do anything. He's trying. When Melissa gets home from work, which she'll get home in a little more than a half hour, she always throws them food. So they always come running over here. Every night she throws them some food.
On this group of storms moving their way across Aiken County. A new tornado warning popped up that is until 6:15 p.m. Basically, this is the kind of ready, set, go scenario here. So we got to be ready to get going and get into a secure location. A little bit about this.
Yeah, so we just got this video. This is all over social media right now. This is in Motley, which is kind of the west side of the Brainerd Lakes area. You can see a significant...
I'm going to run out and feed the pigs. It's about a half hour earlier than we usually do chores, but the pigs are the only ones I have to worry about. They're always out of food by now, and cows will be fine. Chickens are fine, but something's coming. But there's tornadoes below us and above us, and radar indicated. Some of them are confirmed. They had video of one that went on the ground, but there's a chance it might split us and we won't get any rain. I don't want any of the severe stuff. I want a ½ inch to an inch of rain though. Ready for some dinner? Gonna try to keep my shoe. Alright, chores are done for today. I don't know if we'll milk Mesa tomorrow or not, but I'll bring the hot water bucket in just in case. Moved all the vehicles over there about an hour ago. That's where we put them when a possible storm is coming, so we don't get trees that are 60 or whatever feet tall, probably taller than that, falling down and crunching them. This storm is still splitting south of us and north of us, but we're going to get a little bit of rain in here. Some places have got over 6 inches of rain. And for here, it just started. Not going to get too much. You guys better get inside. I guess the ducks like the water. Well, I think that's it. Nothing to write home about. 0.16 inches of rain. That means we're going to have to water that garden in the next couple of days because that didn't do anything for it, really. Well, it's the following evening. I thought I was only going to be gone for 3 hours this morning and ended up being gone all day. Got home a little bit before 5. We watered every plant and every row of seeds and stuff in the garden, and then went around and did the grapevines, I don't know, just a bunch of the plants that really need it, and the 2 plum trees also. And it was sunny all day, 78 or 79 degrees. It was pretty warm. And I got all the chores are done now. And now these little like popcorn storms are coming, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more rain, but nothing yet. But it'd be nice to get, you know, like a quick little downpour. Oh, it's a couple of days later. I haven't filmed anything for the last 2 days. Nothing on this video anyway. And I want to see if I can get the finish mower hooked up to this, because that field right there needs to be mowed. If I knew somebody close by here, I mean, I've never talked to the neighbors down the road that does all of the baling of hay around here, but I don't even know if that stuff is worth baling. I wish that I had a few bales like that though, just for doing bedding and stuff around, you know, and mulching around stuff, but I just don't have the equipment right now. And if possible, I'd like to get that knocked down, because everything is starting to go to seed. So any of the weeds and stuff that go to seed are going to create more weeds, and just best to get that knocked down if possible. Got some strong storms supposed to be coming in overnight tonight. One of these is real dirty. If you remember in the last video, she was missing. Usually it's this one or that one. Last time it was this one right here. Yeah. Can you see that? There's no gap there. She's a very old tractor though. how we just watched the weather on TV, 2 different channels, and it tonight could be really nasty for the weather. They're talking maybe winds of 85 miles an hour. Like at midnight, 1 o'clock, somewhere around there, and it should be all done by 5, 6 tomorrow morning, but it might be a nasty night. I'm going to get on the tractor now. I put gas in it, oil, and I want to just see how it does mowing that grass. It seemed to cut really good. I'm not cutting it real low. I just need to get the tops, you know, chopped off, leaving it 6 inches tall, probably at least, just to keep everything from going to seed. Melissa likes to run the tractor and mow this, so I'm not going to mow anymore right now. Today is Friday. We'll see if we have time this weekend for her to get on it. If she doesn't have time, I may end up getting on it Sunday or whatever and mowing. I got all the cars moved, all the chores are done, everything is, you know, they're saying 85 mile an hour wind still, so we'll see what happens. I'll be asleep. We'll see if it wakes me up tonight. All I gotta do is shut up the chicken coop later on, and that'll be about it. We'll see what tonight brings. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. The storms came through overnight. I was up for a few hours and we didn't get the real heavy winds. We got 3/4 of an inch of rain, a lot of lightning, a little bit of wind, but you know, nothing that took down any trees or branches. If we would have been over in like Bemidji, which is west of here, they got winds that were over 100 miles an hour. I was messaging just a little bit on the community Facebook last night when I was awake. And yeah, trees down, they were saying, and I was reading on some of the Facebook pages, motorhomes flipped over, so we don't get any morning news channel here on the weekends. Today is Saturday morning, you'll get this video tonight. And so there's no way to check up. They'll have it this afternoon, or tonight. But anyway, yeah, we got lucky there. We got the rain, we did not get the severe weather. Now today the forecast is for 90 degrees with the feels like supposed to be around 100. The clouds are going to have to clear up for that though. I think it's only like 71 right now. Good rain for the garden anyway. I will see you guys on the next video.